One thing that I'm super passionate about in my kitchen is nutrient density on a budget. And for me, I found that one of the best ways to do that is to cook with fresh milled flour. I hope this video gives you inspiration as to some things that you can make that aren't necessarily just a standard loaf of bread. Perfecting your sourdough loaf is one thing, but there's something so fun to me about learning different techniques in the kitchen using fresh milled whole grains. Also, everything that I made this week is sourdough as well. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing we're making this week is ravioli. I'm gonna make some sourdough pasta dough right now and then let it chill in the fridge, and we'll come back tonight to complete the meal. I just fresh milled this flour. It calls for 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So I kind of just estimate 3 cups of fresh milled. This is soft white wheat. I'll use the rest of this to feed my starter later. I'm gonna use all of the starter that I have right now. It calls for a cup of starter, so this is about good. It's basically empty right now, but I'll feed it later and that will actually be really good for my starter. All right, so I'm gonna knead this for about 10 minutes. It's almost 5 o'clock and I realized I don't have a key ingredient for my ravioli, which is ricotta. But I Googled it and you can pretty easily make your own. So I'm gonna try to make my own ricotta really quick and then I'll get started on making the ravioli. The first step of the recipe is heating 1.5 cups of milk to 200 degrees. This is whole milk, low temp pasteurized. Oh, it's about to start boiling. Do not let it boil. So I am gonna call it gently stir in the lemon juice. This is what it looks like right now. And this is what it looks like now. I am realizing that I should have made a lot more. I'm loving learning new things every day in my kitchen. So I'm gonna strain this. I'll probably mix it with cream cheese and use it inside of the ravioli. So I'm going to shape them now and bake them in about an hour after they do their second rise. These are sourdough soft pretzels. I have not quite perfected the pretzel shaping, but this dough looks pretty good, so I'm gonna see what I can do with this. One down. I think that this is a major success. I'm so excited. This is half of the pretzels. Now I will boil and then I will bake them. So we'll see how they do being boiled. It kind of makes me nervous. I used a red hard wheat berry and they turned out so good so far. Right now the water is boiling. I'm going to add baking soda and brown sugar and then I'll boil them for about 30 seconds on each side. Into the water. All right, back on the baking sheet. Oh well. Now is the fun part. I've gone through spurts of making pretzels a lot and then I don't make them for like a year. But they are such a good snack, especially when made with fresh milled flour. So nutrient dense. I'm tempted to make some of these cinnamon sugar, but I think today we're just going to do all salty pretzels because some of my friends are bringing dessert. They're going in now for about 15 minutes at 400 degrees. They are done. Delicious. So this meal I'm about to make today is a weekly staple in our house. Growing up, I didn't view it as a healthy food, but now making it from scratch, especially with fresh milled flour, I realize how nutritious it actually is. And we just get to be creative with the toppings. It is so much fun to make every single week in our house. So, cheese. We are making pizza today. One of the many reasons I love making pizza, especially sourdough pizza, is the fact that I can make the dough ahead of time. It's so thick that it really won't over ferment. So I can make it a few days ahead of time and stick it in the fridge. After it's done rising in a cold kitchen like I have right now, it rises slowly, which just means that I have plenty of time to do other things. It's so hands off. I feel like in our fast paced world, I genuinely enjoy and benefit from mentally having things that slow me down. Sourdough in general is just a great way to embrace slow living when everything else feels like it's pushing me faster and faster. I do have a pizza stone preheating in the oven right now. We used to do this on a cast iron skillet. I have found that a pizza stone really elevates the quality of the pizza. Another reason why I love pizza is that as a mom, I don't really like making lunch in the middle of the day. I don't mind making dinner, but lunch feels almost like an interruption to the day's flow. So having pizza left over in the fridge is so easy. I don't even need to heat it up. I don't even need to dirty a single dish. And so typically we will make more pizza than we can eat on purpose so that we have plenty of leftovers for my husband to take to work or for me to enjoy for lunches throughout the week. Since I have all that oregano, I do like using it in the pizza sauce. You totally don't have to. Sometimes we do an olive oil base and add tomatoes as a topping, which is really fun. We add goat cheese, chicken, pesto. So delicious. Today I don't have many extra ingredients, so I'm just doing a basic pizza, which will be so delicious. I do have this random tomato that my friend left at my house. Pizza is the perfect thing where you can add veggies that otherwise might go to waste. Getting really excited for spring days where we have more of an abundance of vegetables and different things that I think will still keep our pizza nights throughout the spring and into the summer, but adding fresh garden tomatoes and peppers and things that we get from the farmer's market. I also love making my own pesto. I just recently went through my freezer stash. I'm also really ready to make more of that. And finally, I usually get a soft block of mozzarella, but these are on sale. I love adding Parmesan cheese if I have it at the end of the bake when the pizza comes out of the oven. When we're talking about the budget, pizza is actually a very, very budget-friendly meal to make from home. It's astounding, especially if you don't add any meat, which you don't really have to, in my opinion, if you're fresh milling your flour. So the most expensive part of this meal is the cheese. So I just like to be a little bit conservative with the amount of cheese that we're putting on. And then we're good to go and bake up in the oven. They bake up super quick. I put the oven between 450 and 475 and they bake up between 10 and 15 minutes. All right, let me show you what this looks like. She's stunning. This is what I wish more people knew about milling your grains, is that it doesn't need to be complicated. I know it seems like it could be difficult, but once you get in the rhythm of it, I feel like you can make so many meals that are actually way simplified. You're saving money on your grocery bill, you are eating more simply, and you're freeing up your time to do other things. So that's what I really love about milling my own flour. All right, the oven is ready to go.